You want to win more games in Fortnite Reload, but you keep dying to the absolute craziness that this mode brings with it? Don't worry, you're not alone. And good news, I think I figured out the mode to some degree, and I'm personally starting to win consistently now. And in this video, I'll share my strategy with you. And not only that, I'll go through some of the key plays this match and analyze in detail how I won this match. My name is TSK, and on this channel, I analyze every single thing about Fortnite Zero build gameplay. My goal is to become the best together. We'll see you guys. First up, drop. We ended up dropping in Dusty Docks here, but honestly there's only one rule, and that is do not drop in tilted towers if you wanna win. Very quickly why: there is too many people, looting is too hard, and even if you get good loot, often you end up dying as well because there's 20 other people, yet at the same time it is almost impossible to fully finish squads. So in general, I call tilted towers the death zone. Stay out of it as much as possible throughout all of the game. And yeah, the drop was completely uneventful as it should be, and after getting my base loaded, we started rotating deeper into the map. But here as well, real quick, you want a shotgun. You absolutely need to carry porta bunkers, at least one guy in your squad. But if you're playing random squads, carry them yourself. You need one mid-range weapon. I personally am the biggest fan of the infantry rifle, but honestly there's many other great options here. You need movement, grappler and shockwaves, both are good. And lastly, shield/heal, because you're gonna be taking a lot of damage in this mode. And as we're rotating over, we're finding one guy that's all alone without a squad. He ends up pushing me, and I get a quick elimination on him. I didn't play this too well, but I honestly didn't expect this guy to be pushing me, and there was no danger at all since I knew my whole team was on me, so we quickly got rid of him. My teammate snipes his mate before we move over to the zone. However, as I grapple over to Loot Island here, I see footsteps, and this is something that will happen all the time to you, so pay attention. I know there is at least 3 enemies here as I see 3 different footsteps, so I don't push any further into the zone. Instead, I take a safe high ground here, get some damage on this guy, and he gets knocked. But even now, I'm not really rushing to get into the zone. I place a bunker and play it safe. Only when I notice the enemy team already moved further, do I move forward as well. And as we're rotating into the zone, we spot one more guy here, hit him once on his way down, and we are really close to tilted towers here. I throw down a bunker, hit this guy once with my shotgun as he's pushing in. Look how I'm outside the zone, but I'm not panicking at all. I'm chilling in the zone. I get an angle, hit this guy with a headshot, a couple follow-up shots, and these guys are dead. Let's take a look at the position here right now. The enemies did the opposite play of what I did. And what happens? They were completely out of cover in the open. Yes, they didn't take the storm damage, but earlier in the game, this doesn't really matter that much. And only at the cost of taking a little bit storm damage here, I continue to have my angle. And this angle absolutely demolished that guy. Play high grounds, play your bunkers. You really cannot make many mistakes in this mode, as it's squads, and squads obviously eliminate you really fast. This is not solos, guys. You really have to be careful here. Anyways, we rotate in. I spot a team on this high ground on the other side, put some decent damage on him. As I get shot in the back, I immediately start rotating and sadly have to move into tilted towers. And guess what? At the first building, I see a full team thanks to my visual audio. So I instantly continue moving, pick up this blue infantry rifle on the way, and grapple myself to the next building. This building is pretty destroyed, and I only have this bookshelf to cover behind. But again, I'm being patient. I shield up and wait for these guys to move out of the zone. And guess what? I get this free angle on one of these guys and absolutely demolish him. The moment I do, I instantly move again as I saw his team was pushing me. Finish the guy as 2 of my teammates already died. And when you're in a situation like this, you absolutely have to move no matter what. Not all fights are worth taking, especially not in the zone here while I'm being completely surrounded and my team is half dead. I need to stay alive for them to respawn. I actually rush over to the low ground here as I know everybody behind me currently has an angle on me, and if I'm down here, they don't anymore. And this allowed me to freely move into the zone while the rest of the players were fighting each other. I see this llama, of course go for it as I need pretty much everything, pick up some loot and make it into the zone. After heating up, I use my opportunity to get some more loot here to the right, and trust me, you should always do this. Try to find as much loot as possible. Everything is so useful here, whether you find heal, bush bombs, porta bunkers. You need all the loot you can get in this mode. I spot a guy moving in the distance, hit him with some crazy shots and fully eliminate him. But another guy in front of me, start damaging him too, but I no longer feel comfortable in my position, so I push over to my team, but he already got an LM over here. I really like this next play here. Shoot a guy that's flying in before I get shot by his mate, and I really like my reaction here. I throw down a bush instead of a bunker, since honestly a bunker doesn't help me that much if my enemy has such a strong high ground on me. And out of this bush, I can actually shoot this guy. I do just that, hit him for some crazy damage, and this guy is no longer a threat to me. Bush bombs are actually really useful in this mode. I use this opportunity that I did 160 damage to him to rotate backwards to a safer location on the map. Spot a drop behind me, pick up some shield, and get back to full HP. My teammate is really out of position here and does get knocked. I try to throw over a bush. However, I hit the tree at the top so it doesn't fully cover him and he gets eliminated. We get pushed. I stay low at the start, knock the first guy before I throw a bunker on my teammate to try to save him. However, it's slightly too short, but it's enough to cover me, allowing me to get a really good angle on this other guy here, knocking him before the third guy pushes me. I move in a way that I get a right side peek in this bunker and use this to freely eliminate him. This of course allows me to revive my teammate here. I move over to this bunker and spot someone in this bush and thankfully got rid of him. If I don't get him here, he had a free angle on my teammate and for sure would have gotten him. But I paid close attention because people like camping in bushes here. You should pay attention to that as well. After eliminating this guy, I spot a full team on his next building and place a nice bunker here so that we have a safe angle on him. I spot the guy behind this cover here, so I simply break the cover, allowing my team to get an angle. Sadly, we had no communication, so he did get behind the next wall. And to my surprise, I get absolutely lasered here. But honestly, our position is so good here that taking this risk didn't really matter all that much. I know there's no team behind us, and our absolutely supreme position here easily lets my teammate resurrect me. Playing bunkers on the highest spot on the map is a pretty good way to make sure you're safe. I remember seeing 2 bunkers earlier, and I only have 2 at the moment, so I move backwards and actually find them. Pay attention to loot on the ground. You really need everything you can get in this mode. I honestly can't say it enough. My team is doing a play that I really don't like here. They are pushing one of the 2 remaining teams, which is honestly something you should never be doing in this situation. If you're the first team to get third party, you will not win the game. I'm pretty mad at my team here at this moment. No surprise, one of my guys does get downed. I do get a lucky angle here on a guy, and at the end, I end up eliminating him. It worked out. We got the team, but we lost a player for this for absolutely no reason. This is gonna be really hard to avoid, especially when you're playing with randoms, which most of us are gonna be doing, and you have no communication, but you can try to hold them together and play position with you, but sometimes you just get these people that wanna push every single move, and it is what it is. I take this high ground position here as I know there's only 2 enemies remaining, and I wanna get some vision. I spot a door opening, so I know where they are. Hit this guy twice before he closes the door, and again, my team is pushing like their life depends on it, so sadly, I'm forced to give up this position, because if I lose my 2 teammates here, I'm gonna be in a 1v2 situation, so I'm forced to move in with them. However, I still go for a good approach here. Instead of going straight to them, I crouch to the right as they have made it to these bunkers. I get a pretty nice angle here, hit this guy with a headshot for 80 damage before I move my position again. I really like the roof of this building here, as it's safe in the next zone and gives me a lot of cover. I shoot this guy one more time as he jumps out, knocking him, which means we're in a 3v1 situation. So now finally, I go for the push with the grapple, get in the bunker, and finish the game. So what did we learn? You absolutely have to avoid taking damage and getting third-partied as much as humanly possible. It is very, very hard to do, but avoid tilted towers as much as possible. Play bunkers. Don't panic because the zone is moving in. Instead, play your positions as long as you can. Enemies will make mistakes. You have to capitalize on them. And yeah, really try to calm down a bit. Don't rush into every single fight at all times. Try to be as strategic as possible, because this mode absolutely requires you to do that. Okay, more of this coming 100%. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, leave a like and subscribe. Put a lot of effort into this one. And yeah, I love reload. More coming soon, guys. See you around. Bye.